In the wild multiverse of DC, the real world is just one of many worlds inside the orrery of the multiverse on the multiversal map. Earth 33 to be specific. Earth 33 contains a fictive membrane around it that keeps away those who would come from other worlds or even higher dimensions outside of it, making it incredibly hard to get to even by the modern day standards for characters that scale upwards even to like Darkseid. Darkseid, even at his strongest in his comp form, was depowered there and had to only rely on the technology he could build there as a result. It kind of makes me wonder, if the real world did exist inside DC, I wonder what kind of interactions the real world would have with the rest of DC, and what all they would pick up as a result. How long ago did the concept of this Earth 33, the idea that there is a real world Earth inside the home orrery, exist? Is this whole meta comic meme entirely a Grant Morrison concept from Final Crisis and Multiversity? Or has it been around for a minute? Today, with the help of Barry Allen the Flash, a time-traveling comic book trip back to 1968 is possible. Back to when this comic first came out. So I hope you're ready to go back to a different time in comics where wacky sci-fi antics of DC were at their absolute prime. Before we go any further, be sure to like and subscribe before we get into the story of exactly what's going on with Earth 33 and how old it is. Be sure to become a member as well, as it really helps me, Lumos Theromax, kind of get the support I need to help craft custom content for people just like you, okay? So, with no further ado, let's get straight into it. But before you can even start on this adventure with me, you must actually answer this Flash IQ test, and if you fail, you have to turn off the video right now. Sorry, poozers, you're shit out of luck. That being said, question 1. True or false? The Flash has an ability to run at super speeds. Question 2. Molecular control of his body enables the Flash to vibrate through solid objects. Question 3. In his civilian identity, he is Barry Allen, police scientist. Question 4. His wife, Iris, knows his secret identity as the Flash. Question 5. Flash is strictly a fictional character dreamed up for this comic magazine. We're gonna answer one of these as true inside this comic, okay? Only one of them, but come on now. If you're already on my channel and you're watching content, if you don't have the answers to all of these already, bro, you are already jobbing. Go read some Flash, okay? Now, for those who managed to pass the actual Flash IQ test over here, we're continuing. In the Flash 1959 issue 179, this alien shows up and threatens the Flash to return a knock, an alien he had stolen from him, and says if he doesn't do so within 6 hours, he's going to blow up the entire planet Earth. Barry runs into the knock and it one-taps Barry outside of his home reality, and like, just look at this image. It's funny as fuck. Like, look at Barry's face here. Yo, this knock was like on some shit. And it's funny because knock is like the exact same word we wind up using for like the Indigo tribe later on. I wonder if there's any reference, but I heavily doubt it. However, as a result of this, the Flash wakes up in another dimension, but the unique powers of this world keep him from vibrating back to his home dimension, wherever he's seemingly at. Barry has ran across the multiverse before and has vibrated into other universes, so this isn't anything really new to him. Wandering around the world, some kid asks Barry to act in character, and he's unsure why the kid actually knew his secret identity. The kid pulls up a comic book and asks for him to autograph it for him, and the Flash looks at it realizing that he's on some special Earth, an Earth where the stories of Earth 1 and maybe other realities are created and dreamed into reality by people in this reality. This was the real Earth, the true Earth, Earth 33. Barry decides that this Earth is so powerful that he will need the cosmic treadmill to actually return himself back to his home reality, as it enables the Scarlet Speedster to break through the dimensions of time and space. Woo! Just like they're demonstrating here on this panel. But if Barry can't use himself to vibrate back, that's already pretty interesting because it's been established that he can do that pretty much across every other world that we've seen so far. However, it is the 1960s and Barry only has $2 and some change on hand, which actually back then would be a pretty spicy penny, but clearly it was not enough to buy the materials that the Flash needed to build the cosmic treadmill, at least according to Barry. That kind of brings into question, what materials are exactly used to create a cosmic treadmill? Like 100 more likes and I'll actually do some research into that for a video because that would be pretty funny. But since Barry is broke, he decides to go to the only guy who would ever believe him, the editor of this specific comic, his comic. Then Barry rolls up to DC Comics headquarters instance later. He rolls up to his editor, who even in the 1960s figured Barry was a troll, and I think it's kind of funny that they actually had that interaction. And Barry attempts to convince him that he's the actual Flash, like he's like the real version of Barry Allen, and how he needed all these different materials to build a cosmic treadmill so he could return home. The editor, however, laughs at him and doesn't believe him until he pops his super speed suit back on. And then suddenly he's like, okay, yeah, I believe you. Now, what only took the editor a few hours, he manages to get everything the Flash could need to build a cosmic treadmill in the real world, or at least the real world comparable to like the 1960s, right? Yo, why do they have something in the 1960s that can build that? I mean, and Barry literally rebuilds it. He rebuilds the cosmic treadmill in seconds using these materials, which allowed him to go to both positive and negative places on the treadmill, which really doesn't make sense because negative worlds are either associated with the antimatter universe or the dark matter multiverse, like in the modern day, so kind of strange there's negative places he can go on it. But I'm not even sure whether this is a feat for like the random materials a DC editor can get in the real world, like how busted are they? Or whether this is a feat for like Barry to make a cosmic treadmill out of random objects in like seconds. But I mean, either way, hey, I'll take it. It's like crazy Barry scaling, right? Like low-key wild. Now his time complete, Barry then uses his cosmic treadmill to return home, and he returns home immediately to continue his fight with the Knock before the aliens had returned in that 6-hour time frame. But something that's really interesting is, although he uses that cosmic treadmill to immediately port back to his home reality with the threat of the Earth being destroyed, the cosmic treadmill stays there. It's just chilling at DC headquarters. Yo, the real world DC, they have an actual cosmic treadmill at headquarters. They just can't use it because none of them have access to the Speed Force, because no one in our reality has powers besides Prime, right? So like, low-key wild is just chilling there. What would you do with the cosmic treadmill that's just hanging out at DC editorial? Like, the cosmic treadmill is just sitting there. I'm not sure, honestly, post this point in time, they did anything with that specific cosmic treadmill being there. It'd be interesting to dig into that and like figure out what's going on. But traveling to Earth 33 for Barry Allen in any shape, way, or form is literally wildly impressive, let alone being capable of traveling off of it. Either this knock punched him so hard he overcame that barrier and flew into Earth 33, or his powers just vibrated him into a spare Earth and it genuinely was Barry. However, Barry could construct a cosmic treadmill while there and return either way. Something that was also seen as incredibly difficult, even for characters like Darkseid and like Dr. Multiverse and President Superman, whenever they tried it in the modern day. It's possible that like Earth 33 has only gotten more powerful as time has gone on, for sure, but I don't know, there's nothing directly indicating that, as it's been pretty consistently seen like this. So what did you guys think of rolling around through the real world inside DC? Would you guys want me to cover other instances of us rolling through Earth 33 or other characters having traveled through there and demonstrating just how absurd of an feat that it is? Tell me down low. Be sure to like and subscribe as well, as you already know I'm looking to make more banger content for you guys, and not enough of you guys are subscribed to me. Yo, subscribe away, give this bad boy a like, become a member, all that fun jazz, and with no further ado, we'll see you next time, Lanterns. Later. Also, seriously, yo, real quick, just look at that face, bro. This face is so funny. Barry Allen is a classic jobber, and this face is a prime example. And you know what, just for the comedy, here's a second one of him jobbing at the very end, okay? Look at this face again, bro. He's just classic jobber.
Corrupting and creating events that affect the entire verse was the only way she theorized to decimate her source wall curse, and so she whispered madness to her child, the Anti-Monitor, driving him towards his revenge on his brother, the Monitor. A crisis on infant Earths is what he decided to grant, but her children were